Now to Austria's capital, Vienna, where for centuries horses have played a significant role, but none more so than the Lipizzaners at the Spanish riding school, which is situated in the centre of the city. Named after the Spanish horses that originally influenced its foundation in 1572, this world-renowned school is dedicated to the classical art of dressage.
I've been the stable master for 2.5 years, having first come here 21 years ago as a groom. The Spanish riding school in Vienna accommodates 71 stallions, which are looked after by 18 grooms who ensure their round-the-clock care here in the Stallburg. Nowadays, these Lipizzaners come from Piba. Piba belongs to the Spanish riding school. We breed the horses ourselves and each year send 3 to 4 stallions to Piba to ensure the offspring. When they are born, the colour of the foals is actually black to brown, grey or dark grey, and they become lighter each time they change their coats. The time that it takes to become really white depends. Some are already white at 6 years old. Some still have a grey tint at 12 or 13. There are, of course, exceptions. They say that 1 in 100 stallion foals is born brown and stays brown. And when that happens, it doesn't make it our black sheep or our brown sheep, but our lucky horse. Legend has it that as long as there is a brown Lipizzaner at the Spanish riding school, it will continue to exist and prosper.
Back in Vienna, one of the people who looks after the stallions is Vincenz Zirkling.
It's been 3 years since I came to the Spanish riding school as a student, and now I've become what they call an élève. The training that goes into becoming a rider can easily take around 10 years. But to work with such famous horses is for me very special, because you can learn a lot from them, and they teach you something new every day. Riding out in the castle gardens is really something else. It provides a bit of a variety for our Lipizzaners. And it's part of our daily routine. It's very different riding out here compared to the countryside training centre, but it's always nice to enjoy the calmness in the Burg Garden castle grounds and to be able to graze the horses. My main aim is, of course, to become a rider here at the Spanish riding school. But before that, you need to be an assistant rider. And to do that, you first have to present a fully trained school stallion in the school quadrille. And when you accomplish that, you are given your own young Lipizzaner. It's only when this horse is trained in the school quadrille and presented in a show that you can achieve the rank of a rider.
I've been at the Spanish riding school since 2003. I started here as an élève and after 5 years was appointed assistant rider. I think the Lipizzaner is very honest and hard-working compared to some other horses. In principle, he is also very friendly and sympathetic.
Prinzipiell ist auch sehr freundlich und sympathisch.
We are lucky to get a lot of time to train the horses, something which can take on average 5 to 10 years.
Here we are in the big saddle room. This room is very special since it houses our show things, like our show saddles. These are extremely noteworthy, handmade and custom made for each horse and rider.
Passt an jedes Pferd und auch an den Reiter. Dieser Sattel besteht aus
This saddle is made from deer leather and buckskin leather, and what also makes it so unique is that the riders have trousers made of the same material, which helps them maintain a good grip whilst riding.
Eine gute Haftung im Sattel haben. Auch etwas Besonderes ist
Something else unusual is the stirrups, which are very old, about 100 to 200 years old, and made of cast iron.
und sind aus Gusseisen. Ich glaube,
I think you'll always find people here who don't see this job as work, but more of a calling.
sondern als Berufung und dass man sich auch einbringen kann.
And I, of course, also observe this within my team, who have been here for 2 to 3 years.
Dann 2-3 Jahre da sind.
You can really notice how they start to live and breathe the spirit of the establishment.
Leben, ja. Und das ist
And it is very nice to see that people continue to consider their work as a vocation
diesen Beruf als Berufung sehen und so viel Herz
and put their heart and soul into this job, into this organization, so that the Spanish riding school can continue to shine in its glory.
weiter so in ihrem Glanz strahlen kann.
For me, the best thing about what I do is that I've made my hobby my job and that I'm allowed to live like this day after day. When we're performing, it's the school jumps here at the riding school that brings the crowds. Because they can be really very spectacular to watch. When the young stallions run free in nature, you can already recognize whether they will end up becoming jumpers or not. I wouldn't say it's so difficult to train them. I would say it's more about having a huge amount of patience, which ultimately you learn as a young rider. Also, every animal needs their time to learn. So yes, training a horse to the high school of classical horsemanship basically takes patience. And when you get to ride in a show, it's still very exciting because anything can happen. I wouldn't say I was nervous, but everyone has some level of tension, even the horses. And of course, you like to put on a good performance. It goes without saying that it's the relationship between horse and human that is extremely important for making it work. Without that bond, ultimately it wouldn't happen.